Hello and welcome. In one of its spotlight editions, BOI Weekly featured Tranos, an indigenous engineering company that specializes in fabrication, maintenance and project support in the energy management sector. Notably, Tranos is a beneficiary of the federal government's financial support facilitated by the Bank of Industry for both small and large enterprises. Following BOI's intervention for a strategic acquisition of some state-of-the-art equipment at the company, Tranos has become highly sought after, both locally and internationally, for solutions in power generation, energy distribution, control and automation, as well as fabrication of enclosures for all kinds of energy equipment and infrastructure. The Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Tranos, Mr. Jude Abalaka, says the BOI intervention was key to making the company globally competitive. I'm Ayotunde Balogun. Welcome to the program.
Have you ever imagined a time when you could apply for and get a loan from the comfort of your bedroom? Or prayed that the processing time was shorter? Well, it is now a reality with the fast and swift Bank of Industry real-time online loan application initiative.
The BOI Online Loan Application Portal is designed to deliver access and convenience to prospecting SME customers by ensuring that applicants need not have to physically visit the bank. Applicants simply have to submit all necessary documents via the online portal with the liberty to select their preferred BOI state office wherein their applications will be processed. How it works? Simply search the keyword Bank of Industry and download your mobile app from Play Store for Android users, BlackBerry App World for BlackBerry users, and Apple Store for iPhone users. Click on the Apply button. Click on Register to register your account. A verification link and tracking code will be sent to your registered email address. Click on the verification link to facilitate login. Once logged in, you can complete your application, submit and click on Continue to start tracking your loan application. An email will be sent to your email address confirming receipt of the application. With this initiative, BOI has reduced its loan application and processing turnaround time. Start applying for your loan right away. Bank of Industry, transforming Nigeria's industrial sector.
This is Tranos, an engineering, fabrication, maintenance and project management company located along Guinness Road, Ogbai in Lagos. The simple exterior of the complex provides no clue about the massive amount and quality of work going on behind the walls of this company. In the last 8 years, Tranos has grown into an innovative, reputable and internationally recognized brand, offering products and services in power generation, energy distribution, control and automation, as well as enclosures. The impact of the Bank of Industry's intervention here is obvious, given the state-of-the-art equipment and resources that the BOI has supported them to acquire. As a result, Tranos today is able to execute designs, manufacturing and fabrication for clients, both at home and abroad. The Managing Director at Tranos, Mr. Jude Abalaka, explains what the company is all about.
We are a diversified engineering and technology company. We have a diverse set of skills and facilities, that equipment, personnel, which we use to solve problems for customers. So you will see our products and our services in sectors ranging from oil and gas to telecoms, including power distribution and things like that. So basically we see ourselves as an organization with unique technical skills, engineering skills, which we put together to provide innovative solutions to customers. But starting from, say, telecoms, for example, we build power systems for telecoms base stations. So that means we design and build from specialized generators for telecoms all the way to things like battery cabinets and other racks that they need in the industry. So we have equipment on sites at the moment. So you see that we have about equipment on about 11% of sites in Nigeria. So that means that if you're making a call one way or the other, that your call is being routed through equipment powered by our own machine. So we do that for telecoms. But besides that as well, we also have now a new line of products, because we are looking at, up until 2018, we're basically focused on B2B. So we're serving businesses alone. But now we are now coming out to say, okay, let's offer some of these products to B2C, that's business to consumer. We have what we call our Eureka switches and sockets range. We've also designed our products to BS standard, that's the British standard for these products, because we want to also be able to export them. So you are guaranteed of quality. But apart from those, we make various types of enclosures for generator soundproofing. We make them for electrical power distribution. We also make electrical panels as well. You know, we make our own enclosures and then we build them into panels as well. And besides that, we make generators for telecoms. The idea is that we want to reduce cost for telecoms companies because they spend a lot on diesel. Our own gas generators will save them cost on fueling, it will save them cost on maintenance as well, because you are going from maintaining generators about 3 times a month to maintaining once a quarter or something like that.
Julian Mbakwe, the mechanical design engineer, says client engagement is key to the workflow that produces Tranos' array of products.
At the process of quotation, we also have a lot of process whereby we understand the scope of work, client requirements, and then the required standards and various industrial market requirements also needed for that specific product also. So why we get this information very clear is such that we give a very competitive cost pricing to these items. Aside from starting up these designs, also we get our clients to be part of our design process in a co-creation process, so such that they're not left behind. We keep them in the process. Why we do these designs, and when you say designs, it's not just the process of modeling or whatever engineering idea you might have had. So we depending on what is required, we use this period to be it calculation, be it some analysis. We use this period to capture exactly what the client wants. Of course, do a thorough design with the best of course, the world-class technology in designing. Of course, we call them computer-aided design softwares, and then other tools we need to get this product to be functional and then fit for purpose. By the time we complete, we do our own internal reviews here and ensure that these things meet the client requirement, and also remember the client is also part of it, so he understands what we're doing at all points in time. So as long as we meet these requirements, then we can hand over to production to go ahead.
All the lines on the factory floor are busy with rhythms of productive ensemble inspired by a variety of state-of-the-art equipment. The Bank of Industry is key to the melody.
The production floor here is a fabrication floor where the activities of cutting, of bending, of welding, and of finishing happens here. So we have a sequence of parts. We have a sequence of production where on the production line, parts flow from one work center to the other work center to achieve a desired result. A plasma machine is basically a cutting machine. Now, plasma in its very sense utilizes the fourth state of matter, plasma. So we produce a plasma gas from which we used to cut the sheet. So basically, the plasma machine cuts sheet metal, and ours have the capacity to cut sheets down from an 0.8 mm sheet up to a 50 mm thickness of sheet. So that's the power of this machine. And like I said, it cuts sheet metals, it processes parts. So for instance, you get a design from any of a customer that sends us a design and requests that we cut a sheet. And what we do is to transform this design to an NC code. Basically, an NC code is a language that the machine understands. So from the design point of view that we get from the customer, we transform this to an NC code, which the machine understands, and we cut the sheet. So this is actually a heavy-duty machine that can cut up to a 50 mm thickness of sheet. So it can cut a line, it can cut circular holes, it can even cut artistic works, depending on the design that the customer brings to us. We cut varieties of sheets and varieties of designs on the plasma machine. The punch machine is also a type of cutting machine. So what it does is to, using a set of tools that punches and dies, we cut sheet metal. Now for this machine, the maximum it can do is 3 mm thickness of sheet. And basically it's to cut. So it's a different type of cutting machine that utilizes a combination of tools, that is punches and dies, kind of a stamping activity. The part that comes from the cutting section undergoes a kind of transformation, like a forming, to give the desired shape and size of a particular design. So it comes over to the press brake work center, where we give form to this part. So the desired shape based on the customer design is achieved at the press brake work center.
Depending on the exact product category we are looking at, you encounter different types of competition. So in some instances, we have competition with imported products. So like our switches and sockets now, we are the only ones making such things in Nigeria. So we are looking at competition from other imported products, either from Asia or from Europe. Now, in that regard, we are relatively new in that market, but we think that we have the quality of our product and our price point gives us enough advantage to be able to play within the market. Now, if you're looking at things like our enclosures, for standard enclosures for electrical equipment, also we have competition from imported products, mainly also from Asia, from Turkey, from Europe. But for that, it's a bit tough for us because standard enclosures are like they're off-the-shelf products. And the challenge for us with that is that the cost of our input raw material is higher than what you will find outside the country. But when you get to customized enclosures, we don't have a problem because customized means it's not just off the shelf. You need to design something specific to what the customer wants. So there we are very, very comfortable.
Have you ever imagined a time when you could apply for and get a loan from the comfort of your bedroom? Or prayed that the processing time was shorter? Well, it is now a reality with the fast and swift Bank of Industry real-time online loan application initiative.
The BOI online loan application portal is designed to deliver access and convenience to prospecting SME customers by ensuring that applicants need not have to physically visit the bank. Applicants simply have to submit all necessary documents via the online portal with the liberty to select their preferred BOI state office wherein their applications will be processed. How it works? Simply search the keyword Bank of Industry and download your mobile app from Play Store for Android users, BlackBerry App World for BlackBerry users, and Apple Store for iPhone users. Click on the Apply button. Click on Register to register your account. A verification link and tracking code will be sent to your registered email address. Click on the verification link to facilitate login. Once logged in, you can complete your application, submit, and click on Continue to start tracking your loan application. An email will be sent to your email address confirming receipt of the application. With this initiative, BOI has reduced its loan application and processing turnaround time. Start applying for your loan right away. Bank of Industry, transforming Nigeria's industrial sector.
Tranos has developed world-class standards in safety, quality and efficiency. Little wonder a global player in the energy management space like Schneider Electric is happy to choose them as technical partners.
Schneider Electric is the global specialist in energy management and automation. So worldwide, we operate through a network of partners that need to have the capabilities in order to carry out Schneider Electric's role. And in the energy management aspect specifically, we need all our partners to be competent and capable of running this task. So Tranos is actually one of the panel builders of Schneider Electric. They were selected to be our panel builders because they have the capabilities in-house. So they have a strong factory with a strong competent workforce as well that is 100% Nigerian. And in terms of customer service and organization, they represent the kind of partner that we want to work with. So the relationship with Tranos started a few years back, and we officially welcomed them in the Schneider Electric family in August 2018. And this is why you would see some Schneider Electric posters, some roller banners in order to reflect that partnership. It's important for Schneider Electric to make their partners feel like they're really part of the Schneider Electric family. Eventually, we really see our partners like an extension of Schneider Electric, and therefore we train them regularly to make sure that their competencies remain always up to date, and we really try to support them as much as possible in order to carry out projects. In terms of projects that we have run with Tranos, well, the panel building activity is the main one. They build metal enclosures, so everywhere or in any project where you actually need those enclosures, then they would come into play in order to provide such services. So they would use Schneider Electric breakers, and they would integrate them into these panels in order to supply them to the customers. So we've selected Tranos because they respond to the criteria of Schneider Electric. We don't just pick any panel builder and say, you're now a Schneider Electric panel builder. We will assess the potential partner based on the capabilities, based on their workforce, based on their technical competencies. And when they respond to all of these criteria, then they become accredited Schneider Electric panel builders. So they have a big factory. They build quality products, a wide range of them. They have the customer service ability to respond to requests in good time. They are organized. So all of this makes them qualified to be Schneider Electric partners.
It's quite interesting for us because dealing with the Bank of Industry was our first real facility. I mean, we've had some sort of facility with banks before, just one, and it wasn't much. It was just maybe like a bridging facility. So this is our first real long-term facility that we dealt with a bank on. And it was interesting for us because we had a chat with them. They came around, looked at what we were doing, and they were quite impressed. And they said, wow, this is the kind of company that we want to support. And they kept to their word. And you see, the good thing with dealing with the BOI from our own experience is being able to rely on them they had steps they needed to follow. It took a while, but they followed the steps and they came through. So it wasn't just, oh, we just talked about it and then when it was time to perform, we started getting excuses. No, they actually came in, they saw what we needed. We made our feasibility studies, presented it to them, they studied it, and they were very professional. We needed about 550 million naira for financial. Actually, we wanted to set up an injection molding line for the switches and sockets when we're moving to the consumer goods. And that was basically what we needed, a line for the injection molding and then to also finance some of the tooling, that's molds and things like that. It's been really, really helpful. It's because if you look at it and say, okay, if we did not get the intervention, it would have been difficult for us to finance the equipment. We probably might have been able to do it eventually from our own cash flows, but it will take us a lot more time, and it will also hinder some of the other things we're looking at doing because, of course, there's always an opportunity cost. If we had diverted cash into that, there are probably some other things we are doing now which we wouldn't have been able to do, and then it will take us a longer time to be able to build up to where we are because product development takes time. So if you have to also now wait to build up finance to be able to put up a line, then it makes it even longer. So this whole process of developing the product and then from product development to launch probably took us about 3 years. If we did not have the BOI financing, then we'll have been looking at maybe about 5 years because it will be slower getting up to speed. By being able to find a source of financing to allow us to be able to use our free cash flow for other developments, indirectly, what that has done for us is that even though we are financing one particular line with it, the other lines that we are also reinvesting in have also been encouraged because it freed up some cash flow to apply to that. But besides that, I mean, there are numerous other benefits. We've now had to employ a lot more people. We have a lot of young people working on the injection molding lines and the assembly lines for the switches and sockets. So it's been very impactful. But again, for us, this is just like an introduction to the BOI system. We don't think this is going to be our last. What we intend to do is to do a good job of using what we've been given so far, and then be able to go back and say, look, we've been able to utilize what you've given us. This is the result of what we've done. And now we need more because we anticipate a huge market in Nigeria for things ranging from electrical devices, power distribution equipment, and things like that. So we have other ideas of things that we can do, which we can go back to BOI to ask for support for. So for us, this is just like a leg in the door for us. So I think we drew down on the facility in June or July 2018. We have a moratorium of 12 months from when we drew down, but the moratorium is on the principal. We start paying the interest immediately. It's a 5-year tenure, and we've already started paying down on the interest. So we expect to. It's supposed to be very smooth for us because we expect to be able to build on this. For us, it's a leg in the door with BOI, and it's been a good experience so far. We're enjoying it, actually.
The Bank of Industry's intervention at Tranos has helped to cut back the margin of importation of quality electrical switches and sockets into Nigeria because a company like Tranos is empowered to provide these products locally. This is just one out of many strategic interventions that the Bank of Industry engages in. Well, you can also be a beneficiary. Make that move today and let the Bank of Industry support you. Visit any of their offices closest to you or log on to their website. It's boi.ng. You can apply for BOI loans online. Simply download the BOI SME Loan app from the Google Play Store and follow the instructions. Now, previous editions of the program are available for you to watch on youtube.com by typing BOI Weekly in the search area. And that's it for today on the program. Many thanks for watching. I'm Ayotunde Balogun. Bye for now.